Portions of the following program will be recorded.
This is the next chapter.
The next era.
Welcome to the Chatting Table 2.0 with Melvis and Buzzes and more.
And welcome to the first episode.
Welcome.
So let's introduce ourselves. I'm Melvis.
I'm Buses and More.
I'm Ivisa or whatever. Thank you so much for listening. This is the second era, or the second chapter. We're gonna have a fun show because we're gonna be talking, and we'll explain the schedule and how everything works here around. It's gonna be consistently 40-minute episodes, so we'll have it's gonna be a little fun, and there are music versions of this. So maybe, I'm not sure yet, but if you go to the comment section of a YouTube video of each episode, there may be a link to the audio which has the music in it, so there will be music in between us talking. So we'll have to see if I make those, but for right now, not yet. But yeah, we'll talk more with you coming up next.
Chatting Table 2.0.
Welcome to the Chatting Table. It's me, Vissa, or Melvis, and oh yeah, you already did
I'm
it.
Buses and More.
Yeah, I already said it, but we are going to be introducing ourselves. Let's do a little Q&A. So let's talk about where we're broadcasting from. I'm broadcasting from New York City.
I'm broadcasting from San Francisco.
Oh, pretty cool. So it's, two ends of the giant land. So we'll have to see. Maybe we'll get some people. Not some people. We'll see what's the difference on the two worlds. What is your favorite hobby? Do you have a favorite hobby or just something?
Well, it kind of really depends, but maybe riding some buses. Depends on what
I
bus.
like that too, and photography and video of that, of course. And I like video games. We all love video games. I mean, and what is your favorite game in general? Do you have a favorite game in general?
Probably Minecraft. I'm in
Okay.
the Minecraft phase right now.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 week.
I don't think Minecraft works for me because every single, back in, I think it was 2019, I used to get there was a free version. I don't know why there was a free version, but there was a Minecraft free trial. No one's ever heard of it, and I don't know what it is either, but there's a 90-minute free trial of a world you can build however you want. And when I was how old was I then? I think I was 10 or 11, and I was so scared because the zombies and the creepers were so traumatizing, and I always fell in lava, so I just never played that ever again. And you only get 90 minutes to build your own land, and it's a private server or something. I'm not sure how it worked. I don't know because I don't have it anymore. But pretty cool. I love Roblox. Kind of the popular games are kind of old for me right now. I don't really like them, but the driving the bus games, pretty cool.
Yeah,
right?
agreed.
And
Chatting Table 2.0.
we're gonna do music now. So do you listen to music? Do you like music in general?
A little, I guess. I listen to music sometimes when doing some work.
I do mainstream pop because I have to keep keep in charge of the charts. I do RG's top 10 every single week, and it's mainly pop. Do you use Spotify or Spotify Rap?
I used to, but now I don't.
Okay.
I don't really listen to music too often, so.
I feel like we should talk about Spotify Wrapped this year. It was kind of basic, as people were saying, because a lot of the stuff was kind of just missing, what your top genre is, some weird facts about yourself. But other than that, can you guess how many minutes I got? My total minutes this year?
Probably around 500.
No, minutes in the entire year. Minutes. How many minutes I've listened to the entire year? Definitely not 500. 500 is 200 songs in the entire year.
200?
Yeah, each song is 3 minutes long.
I'll think about it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say the answer right now because we're running out of time. But it's actually 62,000 minutes in the entire year.
Oh,
and
wow, that's a lot.
That puts
more.
me in top 3 of the listeners worldwide. Last year I got 47,000. This year was just a slight improve. So hopefully next year I'll get more. What else? My top song is actually pretty high. It's can you guess my top song? Actually, no, that's too hard. But it is. Do you want to try to guess it?
Probably something from Taylor Swift.
No, it's not Taylor Swift this year. Taylor Swift didn't make a lot of songs this year. Actually, she did, but not too many interesting ones this year.
Billie Eilish.
No, Billie Eilish did an amazing year, but she did not end up on my Spotify Wrapped.
Oh,
One more
yeah, I
guess?
can't.
Okay, it's actually Die With a Smile by Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. A pretty great song.
Oh,
I started listening to it on August 16th, the exact same date it came out, and I streamed it 363 times.
wow.
And you want to guess the other top 4 songs?
No.
Okay. The other top 5 songs was number 5, Taste Sabrina Carpenter, 4, Espresso Sabrina Carpenter, number 3, Good Luck Babe Chaperone, and number 2, Please 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 Sabrina Carpenter.
Wow, a lot of Sabrina Carpenter.
So now we're gonna have to guess. So now Buzzmore has a chance to guess my 5 artists for a chance to win $100. But if he doesn't, he has to give me $100. So let's go ahead and start. What did you think are my top 5 artists?
Based off of what you just said, maybe Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter's number 2.
Oh, this is hard. Maybe Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish is not on my Spotify Wrapped at all.
Oh,
She only had one song that I listened to over and over again, but it didn't end up on the top songs either. So
I can't really think of anyone else. I really don't know.
all right, it's okay. So now you lose $100, but it's okay. Here's the top 5 artists. Number 5, Ariana Grande. Number 4, Dua Lipa. Number 3, Post Malone, and the number 1 is Taylor Swift. You know, I didn't say it was in the top songs. Top songs would be basically if I repeated a song over and over again, but I didn't this year consistently. I just listened to a lot of her songs. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
get it now.
I know it's kind of confusing. The genres were kind of confusing, but I played 1,424 songs this year over and over again, and that's pretty cool.
Wow.
All right, so we are going to talk about the chatting table recap coming up next.
Chatting Table 2.0.
All right, we're going to be talking about chatting table number 1 because it is a kind of a if you listen to it, it's kind of a weird little episodes because they're not really organized. It was kind of a random back then, but let's talk about it. We'll talk about the order of the episodes one by one. So episode 1 was pilot, and I believe I was doing a game on Roblox called Energy Assault. You weren't there. I think you joined in a little late, but a lot of the first 2 episodes were kind of weird. Episode 1 was Energy Assault. Episode 2 was fake piggy games, I believe. A lot of these episodes you will not see on the platforms anymore because they got removed off from copyright. I was bored one day. I was like, maybe we should put the music in between the episode to make it more fun and kind of like a talk show kind of stuff with the radio in between. But a lot of these stuffs got removed. Episode 3 was How Did the Pandemic Affected Me? And that was actually just me talking for 3 minutes. And it's not even the right effect. There's 2 effects in the English language. Do you know them?
Effect?
There's AFFECT and EFFECT, right? So I used the wrong effect. I used, based on talking of English, get it? I used the wrong effect. So, but anyway, it's okay. Now, episode 4 was my YouTube channel plans for April and May 2021. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Almost 3.5 years.
Episode 5, I did a Grammys recap. That was actually pretty cool. We'll actually do a Grammys recap next year when it starts. Actually pretty cool. We'll do that in a trending section later in the episode. Episode 6 is playing weird games that my friends did. That's weird. Episode 7 was checking my email. Should we do a checking my email episode once? Maybe we should. Episode 8 was visiting more Roblox games you play. Episode 9 was our first tier list episode. I think you were in this. I'm pretty sure. Episode 10.
I can't remember.
Episode 10 was the questionnaire. You're in the description. That means you were in this episode. Episode 11 is we reviewed video fails. Episode 12 is why are these popular channels dead? PewDiePie, I think one of them was talking about. So PewDiePie is now at 110 million subscribers. He used to be at 111 million, but he says he's not doing full YouTube anymore. He is now a dad, so that's pretty cool, right? Episodes 13 and 14 got removed off the internet because there was music in it, so I don't know what they were anymore, but it's okay. Episode 15 is sharing the podcast stats, so it was reviewing the analytics. Episode 16 is removed off the internet. Episode 17 is literally just Twitter and music trends for an entire day, so literally a trending episode. Number 18 is called Addicted to TikTok. I think you're in this. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. It says your TikTok is in the description, but I don't know if it's actually true. Episode 19 is the questionnaire 2. Number 2, we're doing another questionnaire. Episode 20 is basically a complete music podcast, a full music show of slow jams. That's pretty cool. Episode 21 is, why can't I find it? Episode 21 is special news. I don't even know what the special news is. Oh, I think I know what. This episode was a Rickroll.
Oh,
This episode was a Rickroll. So if you played it, it's literally 3 minutes and 32 seconds of Never Gonna Give You Up.
interesting.
I know. So episode 22 is Fearless, Taylor's version reaction. So this is when Taylor Swift re-recorded her first re-recorded the Fearless album and claimed it to be hers again, so we reacted to it. Unfortunately, it was not a good reaction because obviously we played the stolen version of her songs, which honestly I didn't even know back then, so I'm sorry, but that wasn't technically reacting. We did 2 other album reactions later in the year, the 1989 and the Speak Now in 2023. We reacted to those actually. So this isn't a full reaction because we just played the mainstream songs, the Love Story and You Belong With Me. So it's technically not reviewing the album all over again. Episode 23 was reviewing the podcast stats again. And then episode 24, 26, and I think there's another one somewhere, and 37. These were I Don't Feel Happy episodes, and I'll explain what they mean. Basically, I was mad because I was getting bullied in during online school, so I was so disappointed that I had to share it with everybody. I don't think I told anybody about this, but yeah. Episodes 26 is also that. Episode 25 is a Roblox quiz. You were in this, apparently. Episode 27 and 28 is ranking Brooklyn bus routes. In fact, actually, the Queens bus redesign final plan addendum has been added up again. I'll have a video out later this month. Actually, the month's already over, but later today. Anyway, episode 29 is tattoo mistakes. We were actually covering a news article where I think some lady at the time was like getting a fake like a tattoo that meant something, but it actually didn't, or something. I don't know. Episode 30 Episode 30 and 31 are Twitter trends for April 19th and April 20th. So those were separate day episodes. Notice how, like, we've been recording episodes every single day, and I don't really like that because it's kind of like a daily show, but we're not really doing a daily show because it makes us look like we're kind of consistent, but we're not really all the time. Episode 32 was my birthday pre-show, so this was released near the end of April where my birthday was coming up. Episode 33 was me reviewing the Metaverse Champions Roblox event. Do you remember this event? Like, it was like the egg hunt.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it was, yeah, I think I do remember.
So the egg hunt, this was the brand new egg hunt at the time, and it was actually a lot of hard work. I did this during online school. It was actually pretty cool. This was actually pretty cool. I was trying to get the tiny egg of non-existence. It was a rare egg that apparently was going to be the last egg. That's actually a lie from Roblox. They made more egg items in the future. But my first period teacher was out that day. And obviously we didn't have subs. So the teacher just left out the work during first period. And once I was done with the work, I just played the Roblox and I played the game. And I was so mad because I refreshed the page and it kicked me out of the game. That was so sad. Episode 34 is when we reviewed the top 40 Roblox podcasts. Apparently somebody, I think a FeedSpot was the Roblox link or something like that. But they were reviewing Roblox podcasts. They came up with the top 40. We were number 2, and we don't even do Roblox. We did like barely any Roblox. Episode 35 was my birthday episode. Episode 36, we talked about power outages. Episode 37 was again another I Don't Feel Happy. Episode 38 was also another slow jams. Episode 39 was the first time we got talking with Joseph. Remember Joseph?
Yes.
So that episode wasn't actually properly planned because I just randomly found a bunch of iHeartRadio news articles, and we just started talking about it. So obviously it says Mother's Day deals and Bruno Mars. That was kind of a bad episode. Episode 40 is a commercial-free podcast, and actually, we'll talk the rest later.
Chatting Table 2.0.
All right, now we're going to continue on with the rest of the episodes from 41 through 84. Episode 41 was actually re-recorded. Remember that? We talked about sponsorships. Which
Yes.
company would you choose? Episode 23 and episodes 44 are the commercial-free podcasts, so the entire podcast is literally just music playing. So those are, and that's the final one. There's no more, because this is where we start to get serious. We actually make consistent episodes. Remember this era where we're talking about, actually first, episode 43 you weren't in, because this was a Piggy Book 1 audiobook. Basically, at the time, Piggy released notes. There's a bunch of notes around, and you had to find them around the map, and then they would make up a story. Episode 45 was our airplane experiences. Remember this? We were talking about our airplanes.
Yeah, I remember.
I remember this is when we started to become consistent. Episode 46 is the foodiest podcast in the world. Episode we talked about airplane food, so this time we talked about food. Episode 47 we reacted to a few Darman episodes. Episode 48 is surviving in the wilderness. Some Americans think they could survive 16 days in the wilderness, and they could only bring one thing, and that's actually one thing we didn't talk about, but it's okay. 49 was remote learning experiences. Episode 50 was your birthday party. Episode 51 was rating Roblox games. This is a kind of a huge gap between your birthday party and the next episode. It was actually an 11-day gap. That was pretty far.
Wow.
Episode 51 is rating Roblox games. I know we had it. Well, the description literally says we slacked off. Episode 52. Do you remember 52?
I remember something about 50 something, but not
52 is the
50.
most X-rated podcast ever. We did a little ASMR and swearing. By the way, this podcast is kind of going to be more mature, so we're going to keep it in the game, obviously. I mean, these 40 minutes are not going to be swearing. Actually, a little different, a little side story. We actually planned it to be, but, this is kind of to be like a radio morning show format, so we're not going to, but maybe in the future, maybe. We'll have to see. Episode 53 is, you're not in this, because I think you were sick or something. I'm not sure, or you were just out that day, but Merlo was in this, not you. Actually, you know what? Something about him. He said he was going to do a voice reveal at 1K subs, and we already did that, but we haven't talked in such a long time, and it's kind of awkward, so maybe we should get him on one day, maybe? Hopefully.
We'll see.
All right. Episode 54 is, remember this one? That vegan teacher and chasing his dog. Remember this episode? I actually came across a vegan teacher video last week. I don't know if you saw it, but basically people in the chat were telling her, and somehow they convinced her to play Cupcake on her TikTok live.
Oh.
No, it's just my computer. Okay, Alexa, play CPR by Cupcake. Did I get that right?
I couldn't find CPR by Cupcake, but here is other music by Cupcake.
Okay, she's traumatized by the song.
I'm not sure I like this song. Sounds a bit creepy. I don't think so. Guys, I think I'm gonna have to go to my own song list, because these are terrible songs. How the hell do you dance to that?
She literally, like, as soon as the lyric starts playing, she gets jump scared. We'll have to censor that when we get there. But that's our first censor beep of the show, and that's not really intended. But episode 55 is siblings, the V word, and our off mic conversations. Do you know what the V word is?
I do.
What is the V word? Oh, my mic just dropped. You know what at the time, do you know what the V word was when we were talking about it?
Okay, this makes it sound like I don't now.
Okay, it's okay. It was actually the vaccine. We were talking about the vaccine because that was August 2021. That was definitely not something you were thinking about. But we were also talking about Discord GIFs and life advice and the Roblox KSI event. Do you remember when KSI did a Roblox concert?
Yes.
Episode 56 was a Christmas special. We're actually doing a Christmas special right now. I mean, it's only going to be 3 minutes or 4 minutes long, but, we're kind of talking about it. We're going to do a Christmas special. Episode 57 was 2022 resolutions and bus talk.
What, 2022?
2022 resolutions. This was January 23rd, 2022. We were talking about what we're going to do for 2022, and you weren't done talking about buses, so you continued talking about it. And then, do you know when the next episode was released? Literally like 350 days after, on January 14, 2023. Reuniting Conversations, episode 58. Episode 59 was the questionnaire 3. Episode 60 was the top 40 podcast ideas. 61 was the podcast stats with Merlot. And then episode 62 was my birthday again. We somehow made it past my birthday again. 63 was the failed morning show. 64 was ranking Manhattan bus routes. We actually did Brooklyn and Manhattan, so we might do more in the future. Episode 65 is taking the show on the road. So we discussed visited vacation spots as suggestions for your vacation. Episode 66 is the future. I don't know how future of the podcast. 67 is another tier list episode. 68 is standardized testing. We're mainly talking about, end of year testing. 69.
I remember 69.
69 was Blue Kit.
Oh, never mind then.
Blue Kit and
I do remember
we did Blue Kit, yeah. 70 was
that.
70 was your birthday party, and we were also at the time talking about Canadian wildfires in the orange sky here in New York City.
Oh yeah.
71 and 72 is the new Taylor Swift album of Speak Now. 73 is reacting to old Walkie Talkies videos, which is our old Roblox group. Episode 74 is an episode that was released when I was on a plane and I'm not in New York City. 75 is a backup episode. 76 is also a backup episode. But basically, around this time was the good era, and then 84 we ended it. With the end. And 81 we actually did Friday the 13th, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, pretty cool. Cool of a timeline. So this is going to be the brand new era, or the brand new show that we're going to be doing. We're going to be much more organized and stuff like that. But we're also going to be releasing episodes every other Friday. We're not going to be doing it every Friday because this is a 40-minute show. It's kind of a hard thing to produce, and we're not really consistent, and we're not really like what was the word for it? I had it like an hour ago, but we're not really like I don't know what the word is, but anyway, we're not ready to record new episodes every single week. Even though it's the holiday break, we're going to take that time to rest. And so the next episode is going to release on January 10th. And this is when we're going to start introducing our two truths and a lie. So how this is going to work is I'm going to say two truths and a lie, and then you're going to say two truths and a lie. We're going to review the statements up next, and then you guys can try to guess them, and we'll try to guess them coming up next.
Chatting Table 2.0.
Now it's time to play two truths and a lie. We are back, and now we're going to say our two truths and a lie about ourselves. We have to guess each other's lie. You can also play along. So do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, so my number one artist was Taylor Swift. I still play Jailbreak, and number 3 is I take a C40 bus every single day. Which one is not true? Which one's not true about myself?
I already know. Wait, two truths. I think it's number 2.
Yeah, it's just a little simple one. I don't play Jailbreak anymore, so that's a lie. But that's just a little start, process of elimination. Now your turn.
Okay. I've been to Asia, I've been to Europe, and I've been to Nevada.
I feel like Nevada is just right around the corner, so I think that sounds true. I'm gonna say Europe.
Yeah.
Alright, that's a pretty simple one. Obviously, we're starting it off simple. Maybe next time we'll have more time to prepare for harder ones, and we'll see how that goes. Alright, more conversations coming up on the chatting table.
Chatting Table 2.0.
Alright, how was your Christmas?
It was good.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it.
Alright, so, do you know how they say winter wonderland? Not winter wonderland, white Christmas. Well, here in New York City, we had snow 5 days before Christmas. Even though it's technically not a white Christmas because, the snow melted through the way, we still got snow. Here's your little spoiler alert. We recorded this days before Christmas, and we did get snow on Christmas Eve, so that was even better. Now, I have some questions, and I feel like these could be Controversial. What date do you stop playing Christmas music?
I think it should be 2 days after
You think
Christmas.
2 days after? You know what? I feel like it should just go through the end of the week, or just till the end of the week, unless like Christmas is like on a Sunday. But then you'll be like, okay, then 2 days, because I don't want a headache. Now, here's another question I should ask a month ago. When do you start playing Christmas music? Are you an autumn person? Like, okay, September 1st is when I start playing, or like November 1st because I'm Mariah Carey, or
I
after
think
Thanksgiving.
it should be December 1st. Like,
December
give
1st?
some time after Thanksgiving before playing Christmas music.
Okay, that's a good statement. I think after Thanksgiving or around Thanksgiving, like you can start playing Christmas music on Thanksgiving. Sometimes I'll be like after Halloween, because I don't know any Thanksgiving songs except for one of them. But let's do tree now. When do you put up the tree? When did you put up the tree? Or overall, when should you put up a tree?
I think you should generally put it up just like the music December 1st, or like maybe a day after Thanksgiving. So.
That's when I put up my lights. I don't do trees anymore because it's kind of hard to clean out inside. When should you put down a tree?
Maybe a day before or the day of New Year's Eve.
Okay, the days of New Year's Eve. Okay, I hear the word of January. I hear January 1st, but that's okay. But not up till you got to go back to work, because then you won't have time to put down the tree. I don't think.
Yeah.
All right. Good statements. Pretty cool.
Yep.
Chatting Table 2.0.
So this is a weird topic that we're going to be talking about, but let's talk about the best U.S. cities for singles. So if you're single, ready to mingle, these are the best U.S. cities for you to go to. I have the top 10 best cities for singles. Who do you think? What city do you think is the best in the top 10? Can you name any?
In the world or the U.S.?
No, the U.S. The U.S.
U.S.
Not
Okay.
that far.
Probably Orlando, Florida.
Close, but I'll give it to you. Tampa. Tampa's a little farther away, but Tampa is
That's what I
1,
was
2, 3, 4, 5.
thinking.
Tampa's number 5. Tampa's number 5. What other states? What other cities do you have?
Definitely New York.
New York
think it's
does
on
not
there.
make the top 10. New York does not make the top 10.
Oh,
I know, even though the diversity. Actually, you know what? New York City, people are actually leaving New York City. A lot of people are leaving, not coming. So a lot of
leaving?
people are going down to Florida, obviously, for the best sunshine in the winter. But here's another hint: there's no more Florida cities, so the rest are scattered around the U.S.
Chicago.
Chicago is not on the list.
Oh, Las Vegas.
Yeah, Las Vegas actually makes number 2. There are actually 2 cities on the West Coast that make this list, but not in California.
Portland.
Yeah, Portland actually makes number 6.
Oh,
There's actually a lot of
Washington.
capitals here. I can see that there's 1, 2,
Oh, Seattle.
yeah, Seattle. Capitals are actually the pretty higher ones, because I see a lot of these are capitals.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Austin.
Yeah, Austin makes number 10.
I mean, I'm thinking Georgia, maybe Atlanta.
Atlanta's number 1. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't expect it to be that high. Denver.
Uh-huh,
if I
Denver's
remember.
number 9.
Oh, Madison.
Madison is number 7.
And
And the final one is number 4, another capital, and it's the well, I already said it. Pittsburgh is number 4. So most of these are capitals except for the Tampa, California. No, Tampa, Florida. I don't know why I said that. Tampa, Florida. And then
Las
number
Vegas.
8. Number 8 is Cincinnati. Las Vegas is not actually the capital of Nevada. It's actually
Yeah.
I think it's Carson City or something like
Carson
that.
City.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't know. I studied my capitals, and you know what? This is gonna take a while, but the worst cities for dating is Pearl City, Hawaii, making number 1 the worst city for dating. Pearl City.
Hawaii.
Yeah,
Huh.
I
Never
know.
thought it would be in Hawaii.
The next one is also in Florida. Another one is in Texas, and then Columbia, Maryland, Glendale, California. Another one in Florida, Warwick, Rhode Island, Grand Prairie, Texas, Yonkers, New York, which is just up
Yonkers?
west. which is just next to the Bronx, a little up north. A lot of people say Yonkers is literally upstate, even though it's just right next to the Bronx. And then the least worst dating, so number 10 worst dating is Jackson, Mississippi, another capital. So if you're tired of swiping left, you can go to these cities: Atlanta, Las Vegas, Seattle, Pittsburgh, Tampa, Portland, Madison, Wisconsin, Cincinnati, Denver, and Austin for the best U.S. cities for singles.
Yep.
To be less unserious, this is the New York Times did this survey. I know. I don't know why they did this, but yeah, the New York Times did this post.
I feel like the New York Times does anything at this point.
Yeah.
Chatting Table 2.0.
Chatting table. Trivia. All right, let's play trivia right now. I'm gonna ask Buzz more 5 pop culture trivia questions, and he has to get as many right as he can to withstand his pop culture trivia average. So each time you do trivia, it's gonna be counted towards your average. So let's see. You can play along too if you want, listeners. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 1. Most of these are going to be like 2024 recap. Where were the 2024 Olympics held?
Paris.
Okay, good. You got the first question right. What movie won Best Picture at the 2024 Oscars? Here's multiple choice: Barbie or Oppenheimer.
I think it was Barbie.
Nope, it was Oppenheimer. That's one wrong.
Oh.
Who performed at the 2024 Super Bowl halftime show?
Oh, Wait. I'm thinking. Wait, who
performed at the 2024 Super Bowl halftime show?
Oh, I have it in my head, but
Do you remember the name?
was it Rihanna?
No, that was 2023. Or was that 2022? I don't remember. She did it like a few years ago, but it was actually Usher 2024.
Oh.
Do you know who's doing it next year? This is not a question, but do you know who's doing it this coming up in February?
No.
It's Kendrick Lamar. All right. Number 4. Die With a Smile is a song performed by which 2 artists?
Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga.
Good. That's one question. Another question. Good. True or false? Beyonce released a country album this year.
Country album?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's kind of a specific question.
True or false?
I mean, kind of. I think true.
Yeah, that's true. You got 3 out of 5 this week on trivia. So we'll have to see.
Oh.
That's a 60 average, but let's not pretend it. Let's not say it's a 60. Let's say it's a 3 out of 5, saying that it's a good score. So let's see. We're going to count this toward your trivia average. And each episode, we're going to do a new trivia, and we'll count it toward the average. And then we'll keep a record and see how many questions you're getting right each week. So this is pretty cool. Thank you so much for playing trivia. We'll do this again next episode. Chatting table, trivia.
Chatting Table 2.0.
Do you know everything that happened in 2024?
I know a lot of things that happened.
It's the Chatting Table. Thank you so much for listening. We are going to be looking at this 2024 timeline of everything that happens. Obviously, I'm not going to go through everything, but we can simply go through it. February 4, 2024, Taylor Swift wins a record-setting 4th Grammy Award for Album of the Year from her 2022 Midnights. I don't know why it says 2022, but her Midnights album came out in 2022. Her Deluxe came out in 2023. She also makes news with her Eras Tour, which grosses about $2 billion by its final show in December. So it just ended a few weeks ago. So on March 3rd, 2024, Caitlin Clark becomes the all-time leading scorer in the NCAA basketball, surpassing Pete Maverick's record of 3,667 points. She also later breaks other records with the Indiana Fever of the WNBA, and her dominance helps women's basketball surge in popularity.
Wow, good for her.
So on March 9th, despite legal challenges, Utah's new flag design takes in effect later in the year. Voters in Maine reject a revised flag. How does that relate at all? Utah and Maine are so far away. I don't how do they affect in that?
They're thousands of miles away.
All right. In March 26, 2024, the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore collides with, well, actually, no, the container ship Dali collides with the Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge, causing it to collapse. And the crash also kills 6 people.
Has the bridge been remade? I don't think it has.
No, it can't be that fast. And it's also
Yeah.
part of I-695 in the Baltimore Beltway. It's a round circle, so that has been disrupting traffic a lot. On April 8th, 2024, we got some dark skies. A total solar eclipse occurs across parts of Mexico, the United States, and Canada. And it is also North America's second total solar eclipse in 7 years. I thought I would be able to take pictures with it with buses, but apparently you have to get the solar eclipse glasses. I also took so long to get the glasses that the sun was almost setting and I couldn't get the glasses. I see the DIYs that everybody's making on TikToks. I don't want cereal boxes on my face.
Huh.
On April 13, 2024, Madonna's free concert on the beach in Brazil is attended by 1.6 million fans, making it the largest standalone concert in history by recording artist. I think they just randomly let people... Oh, it's on a beach. There's not even gates at all.
Oh, I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
On May 30th, 2024, Donald Trump is found guilty of 34 felony counts of falsifying business records and is the first former U.S. president to be convicted of a crime.
Surprising.
On June 5th,
Actually, not
2024,
really that surprising.
On June 5th, 2024, Boeing's Starliner is launched and is docked at the International Space Station the next day. However, because of equipment issues, NASA later decides it is unsafe for astronauts to return on the spacecraft. Are they still on there? That's what I'm reading. I mean, I haven't gotten news on this. This is the first time I'm reading this, so are they still on the space station?
Yeah, it's been extended.
Oh, on June 17th, the NBA champs led by Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and the Boston Celtics defeat the Dallas Mavericks to win a record-setting 18th NBA title.
Wow. 18th?
On June 18th, NVIDIA briefly surpasses Microsoft to become the most valuable company in the world by market capitalization. Over the next 6 months, the largest company crown changes hands several times between NVIDIA, Microsoft, and Apple, all of which have markets capped over $3 trillion.
3 trillion?
June 25th, 2024, China's lunar probe Chang'e 6 returns to Earth, carrying the first samples from the far side of the moon. First samples of the moon. We should touch them. We should go touch them. Why does that sound weird? Okay. On June 27th, the debate of U.S. President Joe Biden and Donald Trump face off in the first presidential debate of 2024, and Biden's disastrous performance plays a key role in his decision to drop out of the race in July.
Huh?
On June 29, 2024, India defeats South Africa to win the second ICC World Cup, one of the most prestigious events in cricket.
Cricket?
I don't even... How do you play cricket? Is it like tennis or something? I don't even
I mean,
know.
it looks like it, so...
I don't know. On July 1st, 2024, in the Supreme Court rule Trump versus United States, the Supreme Court rules that former president are entitled to absolute immunity from criminal prosecution for acts that involve the exercise of their core constitutional powers and to presumption immunity for all other acts.
Okay.
On July 13, 2024, Donald Trump, the Republican presidential nominee, survives an assassination attempt after a gunman opens fire during a campaign event in Pennsylvania, and Trump suffers a wound to his ear.
I think that was staged.
I don't know, maybe. On July 26, 2024, the Paris Olympics begin, and standout athletes during the 2-week event include American gymnast Simone Biles and swimmers Leon Merchant and Tori Husk. I think one of them was breakdancing, remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Snoop Dogg was also there. That was pretty cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Snoop Dogg was there. I think he was the host, or he was like the commentary at the time, I believe.
Interesting, I guess.
And the Eiffel Tower has the Olympic logo there too. That's pretty cool. On August 6, 2024, U.S. President Kamala Harris is officially certified as the Democratic presidential candidate, thereby becoming the first Black woman and the first Asian American in U.S. history to win the presidential nomination of a major party. She's Asian?
I didn't know
Asian?
that.
I didn't know that either. Let's search that up. What Asian is what Asian is she? Is let's not spell her name wrong. I don't. It doesn't even say what. Oh, she's Indian. Oh, just like Charlie XCX figuring out she's Indian and British at the exact same time. I think.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. On August 30th, 2024, Brazil blocks X, previously known as Twitter, largely because of a rampage disinformation on the site, and the ban was lifted back in October after X agrees to various requirements, including the removal of certain accounts. On September 26, 2024, Hurricane Helen makes landfall in Florida, causing widespread destruction and more than 230 deaths across the region, especially in western North Carolina. Some estimates put the cost at $200 billion, which would make it the costliest hurricane in U.S. history.
Yikes.
On October 1st, 2024, Claudia Sheinbaum is sworn in Mexico's first female president and the first Jewish person to hold the post. And also on October 1st, 2024, former U.S. President Jimmy Carter celebrates his 100th birthday. After leaving office, he remained involved in diplomacy and peace efforts, and the Nobel Peace Prize was awarded to him in 2002.
Get him back in office.
On October 13, 2024, SpaceX launches Starship, and in an unprecedented move, large metal pincers known as chopsticks catch the spacecraft's 233-foot or 71-meter rocket booster on its descent. On October 29th, there was a deadly flooding in eastern Spain, more than 200 people killed. And the death of the music titan on November 3rd, 2024, American producer and composer Quincy Jones dies at age 91. He worked with many of the biggest names in jazz, rock, R&B, pop, and hip-hop, and is especially known for his work on Michael Jackson's blockbuster album Thriller. On November 5th, 2024, a historic U.S. election with Donald Trump winning the presidential election, defeating Kamala Harris. He is the first convicted felon to be elected to the office and the second president to win a second non-consecutive term. And that was the other one. Who was the other one? Was the 23rd and the 25th? I forgot his name.
Grover Cleveland, I think.
Oh, yeah, Grover. Yeah. On November 18th, the financial woes for Spirit and files for bankruptcy, Chapter 11, the first major U.S. Airline to do so since American Airlines 13 years earlier.
Wait, Spirit?
Yeah, Spirit Airlines files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, the first...
yeah.
And that's it for the 2024 recap. Isn't that pretty cool? I mean, that was a pretty large read, but that is everything that happened in 2024.
Chatting Table 2.0.
All right, now we're going to talk about 2025 resolutions. Obviously, I don't think we ever set resolutions in our previous episode, so let's do that now. What are your resolutions this year? Or predictions? Or predictions in pop culture? Or in celebrity news?
Wait. Predictions in celebrity news?
You can say your resolutions for next year, and you can also say anything that you predict is going to happen with celebrities, or anything that you predict is going to be on the news, or anything like that.
Okay, I predict that something the astronauts stuck in space it'll get delayed even longer.
Oh, well, so here are my predictions. I think Taylor Swift is going to release 2 new of her re-recorded albums this year. So Reputation's gonna release this year, and the debut album is also gonna release. That's definitely gonna be put. And resolutions, do better this year. Let's try in education. Let's do better this year. And more. Oh, I have one more. And Spotify minutes. I gotta get those numbers up. Listen to me more music.
All right.
Do you have any more? Do you have any resolutions?
Resolutions. Probably get all A's.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Okay. All right. And that is our 2025 resolutions and predictions.
Chatting Table 2.0.
This is going to be our trending segment. We're going to be talking about things that are trending throughout the week. Overall, since this is the final episode, the first and final episode of 2024, we'll be talking about everything that's trending over the year and what's been happening lately. Here are the top songs of 2024. Overall, who do you think reaches the number 1 song?
Probably Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, Sabrina Carpenter actually makes the number one song, and it actually is Espresso. So you're half right. Pretty cool. Other artists in the top 10 also include Ariana Grande, Lady Gaga, and Bruno Mars. Obviously, I said that. Ariana Grande, Benson Boone, Chappell Roan, Kendrick Lamar with Not Like Us, and also Travis Scott and Playboi Carti with Fiend, also there. And Dijo with End Up Beginning, that Stranger Things song. And also APT, Rose, and Bruno Mars also make it on the list as well as.
Yeah,
That's
I was thinking that would.
that's pretty cool. Other artists include Taylor Swift, Post Malone, Noah Kahan, Teddy Swims, Hozier, Billie Eilish, The Weeknd, Billie Eilish again, Charlie XCX, Gracie Abrams making her first album. Is it her first album? Yeah, this is her first album. She was actually part of the Taylor Swift Eras tour, so that's pretty cool. And other songs make it on, like Linkin Park, Eminem with his album again, and Tyla with Water, and also more. New Year's celebrations. This year, New York City is not going to be doing fireworks, obviously, from the water drought this year. We have been experiencing a lot of forest fires and not a lot of rain in October. So that was pretty cool to see rain again. So this year, the New Year's celebration here in Times Square will not have fireworks to prevent fires. And also, I'm going to be doing a countdown at New Year's live stream with the Past Self, which I've been doing for the past few years. So that's been pretty fun. It's a pretty fun tradition we've been doing. And obviously, there are other traditions around the world. What do they do in San Francisco? Do they do the same with the countdowns on the news as well?
Sadly, no.
No, they don't have. Okay, they don't like close down anything. They don't close down roads for a celebration. That's okay. Maybe that's in like LA or something like that. That's okay. We're gonna do an RG's top 10 recap. So in the trending segment, I'm gonna be talking about the top 10 songs of my week. So let's go ahead and round it down. I don't need you to guess it because it's going to take too long. But number 10 was another Taylor Swift song, But Daddy, I Love Him. That's another little love story alternative. Number 9, The Door, Teddy Swims. Number 8, Dancing in the Flames, The Weeknd. Number 7, Good Luck Babe, Chappell Roan. Number 6, Please Please Please, Sabrina Carpenter. Number 5, Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish. Number 4, Bedchem, Sabrina Carpenter. Number 3, Taste, Sabrina Carpenter. Number 2, Die With a Smile, Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars. And APT as Rose and number 1. And let's talk about spotted drones around the United States. There have been a lot of reported night drones, and apparently the U.S. government claims that they don't know who it is, but they've been spotted around neighborhoods in New Jersey and apparently California. A lot of people are saying that they've been spotted around military bases or something, like the U.S. government is hiding something from us, or like, I don't know.
Must be.
And congestion pricing takes effect here in Manhattan below 60th Street, excluding the west side and east side highways. But it will be $9 for regular vehicles and I believe $21 for trucks and other buses that are like the tour buses. And it'll be like $2.25 for motorcycles. And off-peak, they'll be a lot more cheaper. So because of congestion pricing, there will be better service on express buses that are be entering Manhattan. So BM2, BM5, and the Q15 buses will have more bus service, and a few extra trips will be added. The Sim 1C, Sim 4C will have extra buses. Sim 23, Sim 24, and X27 buses will have extra service. B103, BX23, and the Q35 and the Q69 will have running time adjustments with more buses, and the Q66 will have frequency increases. BX10, 28, 38, and Q13 and Q28 buses will have running time adjustments. The BX17, Q43, S46, S79 select bus, and the S96 will have frequency increases and running time adjustments. And also, the brand new Queens Bus redesign addendum has been released on December 18th of last week, and new bus service will out, and the new rushes, and I'm glad at least they have my stop. Like they had like in the first plan they had my stop removed and they brought it back, so I'm happy, I'm grateful. But now I gotta transfer 2 buses to get to school, so that's not good. So we'll have to see. Apparently, they're releasing it in 2 phases, so we'll have to see in 2025 with virtual hearings and other MTA board votings. At least
Yeah.
2 5-car R211T sets will be moved onto the G line in the first quarter of 2025. And previous summer work of CBTC on the crosstown line allows CBTC testing for the R211. That's pretty exciting.
I'm excited for that.
Currently, the R211Ts only operate on the C line, while with open gangways, and the R211A operate on both the A and C lines, and the new R211S operates on the Staten Island Railway. Both are all available. And actually, the R211S on the Staten Island Railway, which currently only operated, at the time, only operated 1 set because of its 30-day revenue testing, and the 30-day testing has now finished, so now there's more sets going to be operating. So at the time, it was actually out of service for a few times, so the number had to reset for the 30-day testing, and now there can be more than 1 set operating. R179s are also available on the M line weekdays on Queens Boulevard. CBTC testing on the R179s and can be spotted weekdays only, and R179s are in operation on the F line as well on Queens Boulevard. CBTC. That's pretty cool. And that's what's trending here on Chatting Table.
Chatting Table 2.0.
So we're a few days away from New Year's. I know this is kind of the years pass by so fast. I don't know why people always say that, but it never like actually passes by so fast. Some days you'll get like the things that you'll want to do pass by so fast, but like the things you don't want to do pass so slow. It's so weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of like how daylight savings time is like, you know, sunset at 4 p.m. When do you guys sunset? When is your sunset?
Yeah, I think. Wait, I can check right now.
You can check, but if you remember, like, unless you remember it, but here in the city, I think the earliest sunset we've ever had was 4:28. Right now it's coming back. I think it's the average is around 4:30, 4:40 now. So
Wow, today's is 4:55 near
okay, so
5. So
okay.
a bit later.
We have darker sunset. We have earlier sunsets and shorter days. Pretty cool. We've got snow last week, so that's pretty fun. It wasn't that big. I think it was like at most like probably an inch. So a lot of hard commuting times. There's been a lot more hardened. I'm surprised we even got snow because I know they were snowing upstate, but I didn't even like I saw it actually it snowed on Friday, but it was kind of like light snow. It turned into rain, and then on Saturday morning, it was just hard snow. But yeah, pretty cool. And we'll talk about. I think I just drank dirty water. That was expired water. Anyway,
Expired water.
yeah, I have a lot of water bottles here, and I don't know which one is which. Because I just leave it here, and I don't know which one is actually my updated water.
All right.
So we're gonna talk about New Year's celebration. How do you stay up late for New Year's? New Year's Eve.
Last year I did.
Okay, pretty cool. I stay up every single night, but I'm on a computer screen, so I'm not watching the TV. I used to watch the New Year's celebration on Times Square. Now I don't because it's kind of not interesting anymore because it's just like, you know, random people singing, you know, and all that. But now I do live streams, so we can count them down. I have them recorded on my own files. We can count down together, and you know, pretty cool. So this year I'm going to be doing that again, so I hope you tune in. I think that's about it for our little show here. I mean, it's a pretty long show. I know. It's, you know, it's kind of a long show. Obviously, the recording time is much more longer than it actually is because we have to edit out the parts where we're silent because of the call delay. So it's kind of hard work that I gotta edit it all out, but like, you know, who wants to listen to silence? So, you know, so we'll have to, we'll get through it. All right. Next episode, we'll talk about how congestion pricing is going, you know, all that stuff going on. We'll actually talk about social media bans because there's a lot of social media bans happening. So we'll see you next year. Take good care and yeah, have fun. I don't know. I don't know why I said have fun, but yeah, take care.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, goodbye.
Chatting Table 2.0.